Mr. King?
Is it Goshi?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, everybody, for giving me the opportunity to speak. I'm only going to take 1 minute of your time, and I'm hoping that you guys haven't made up your mind already about this particular matter. As a matter of fact, all three bills that I'm here to address. Again, my name is Goshi Kang. I'm a mechanical engineer, and I work for a reputed firm in the state of New Hampshire. I smoked pot when I was in high school and college, and I grew out of it. I haven't had pot in years, nor I drink alcohol because I'm smarter than that. I support all three bills, but I am here to complain about the conflict of interest. Majority of spokespersons on the side of prohibition were in service, police, and Attorney General Office, Justice Department of Legal Plunder, and lawyers who use their magical language. These authorities should never be allowed to do testimony because they are not the people, nor they represent the people. They work for the people. There's a big difference. How are we going to allow those who work for us, choose for us, and influence the opinion of the Honorable? Oh, and by the way, there is a difference between independent studies conducted by scientists and state-funded, lobbies-pushed statistics. Again, the conflict of interest.
There is no conflict of interest when someone comes in and testifies here. It is not a conflict of interest. They have a right to express their opinion. As you have a right to express your
Information.
They are not public, they do not represent public, they work for public, that's the point. And let me finish, please. Judge, jury, and executioner is who they are. You can never win the battle of facts finding, because everybody has their own. Let's base it on morals. And it is immoral to cut someone off while he's talking. And it is immoral to exploit people for a little plant. Please, I beg you. We are probably the most advanced and most reasonable country on the face of the planet. And we can reason. Let's reason and use morality instead of speeches delivered by lawyers, professionally trained lawyers. Thank you very much. I'll take questions if anyone has any.
Yes, Dave.
Yes, I do have one. I declined to ask the law enforcement people earlier out of respect, but would it make you even angrier if you realized they were being paid by our tax dollars to be here to testify against us, unlike the gentleman from the police association who took his own time to come and testify for the last bill? Would that make you even angrier?
What makes me happy, I'm going to answer your question in a different way. What makes me happy is a voluntary position, not someone who's paid by my money and their boot on my neck. That's what I don't like. Thank you very much.
You have lobbyists in this room that for your bill.
I'm sorry?
You have lobbyists in this room that are supporting that bill.
I am friends with no one here. I represent myself.
They're not paid by
Know anyone?
taxpayers.
That's right.
Madam Chair.
Those lobbyists aren't paid by taxpayers.
Right.
Madam Chair.
Yes.
Yes, thank you. Sir,
Yes.
I'd like to know information from all sides and all groups of people, regardless if they're lobbyists or my police officer from my home or wherever, because they're out in the field. And to get the exact information, not one-sided, they deal with it. Sometimes their help is very helpful to us, at least to me, okay?
Okay.
So
that a
I
question?
respect you, but I agreeably disagree with you. You know, I agree to disagree with you in a respectful manner. But I like information, I don't care where it comes from. Then I can weigh up my opinion, what I feel from my constituents. Thank you.
Would it be better if we had a couple of prisoners who were charged on the basis of marijuana brought in here and testify as well.
As long as they
Would
brought
that
me,
be,
as long as they brought me in with a guard with them, I think I'd feel comfortable.
sure.
Can I?
Marijuana, I think threatens you, that's pretty,
Can I tell you something, son? They said that we had to ask, the question was asked, and in our state's prison, which has 2,687 people in it, there was 25 people in there because of drugs.
Well, that's.
And at the county
that's
level,
actually, I like to challenge that, and maybe I'm wrong, but I like to challenge that figure.
well, you can do
With the
that.
help of these advocates of, these, you know. I like to come back to you with the
Well,
right there.
Madam Chair,
Got it right there.
did you hear the information I gave earlier? That 858,408 people are in prison because of marijuana possession.
I'm not
88% of
talking-
them are only for possession. That's
I'm not
nationwide.
talking about outside the state. I'm talking about what's given with testimony inside of the state.
Very good. So why worry about the federal laws when state can fix their own problems?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very
And
much.
question of this witness, one more.
No, no more questions.
No more questions?
Not at
Dennis
this
Fields can
witness.
go on and on, not even asking a question, but stating an opinion, and I haven't listened to the question.
We're having a long, hard day here.
And my question was
Let's
very
calm down.
legitimate.
This gentleman, it was finished testifying.
And I was going to ask him, Madam Chair, if this law were passed, he would go back to smoking marijuana, because it would
The
then be
answer is
legal.
no.
Thank you.
Richard Paul.
I'm back. Did you miss me?
Yeah,
I'm going to be briefer this time.
I hope so.
I'm going to be briefer this
Thank
time, and I'm
you.
not going to repeat any of my earlier comments. There have been questions about alcohol and marijuana. I'm in an unusual position in that from 18 years old to 40 years old, I was a member of Alcoholics Anonymous, and I maintained sobriety during that period. The first thing is somebody asked if there was a Marijuana Anonymous. No. There's a Narcotics Anonymous, there's a Cocaine Anonymous, there's Cigarettes Anonymous, there's Sex Anonymous, there's Sex and Love Anonymous, but there is no Marijuana Anonymous because nobody would go. Most people smoked pot when they were kids, and most people just stopped. So why would they go to Marijuana Anonymous? The other thing that I wanted to mention is that there are a great many people in Alcoholics Anonymous who do smoke marijuana, continue to smoke marijuana, continue to live good lives, and the statistics that I have seen show that if you are an alcoholic and you smoke marijuana, you are more likely, not less, to maintain abstinence from alcohol. And alcohol is a very, very dangerous drug. Alcohol is the only drug whose withdrawal will actually kill you. You can die of it. Pot withdrawal, you get a little grumpy. Oh well, no big deal. The other thing that I wanted to say about... Thank you. The other thing I wanted to say is it's been a long day, and have a good day.
Thank you very much. Charles Renford, you say 5 minutes, but I'd like you to cut
one
that
is
to
fine.
2, please.
I'm much more of a writer than a public speaker, so I'll just need 2 seconds.
Okay.
I work in
1, 2.
1, 2, and
And your name?
so is Charles Rittenberg.
Rivenberg.
So my academic background is philosophy. My professional background is natural product industry. I work for one of the largest supplement producers in the country. I study plants for a living. Let me just show you the stack of this research. This is all herbs from around the world that are up and coming. They're pretty good chunk that I've been looking at. And I don't really know anything about these plants. I'm mostly familiar with Western herbs, Ayurvedic herbs, and Chinese herbs. Okay, to speak about Chinese herbs very quickly, Chinese medicine is probably the oldest form of medicine on the planet. And cannabis has been used as a Chinese medicine throughout that entire period. like I said, I study plants for fun and as a profession. I can tell you without a doubt that cannabis is the most useful plant in the world. It is astonishing to me that it is illegal. It's unbelievable. We're supposed to be the land of the free. When we grow up, we're taught this is the land of the free and the home of the brave. And I grow up to find out, no, it is not. You are not free, because you can go to jail for a plant, a very useful plant. Like I said, I've studied these. There was a comment made earlier, is it Gale? Yeah. Dr. Gale, about cancer research. There's an abundance of cancer research. I pulled this out of my folder. This is from the first college class that I took, cannabis sativa. I'll just read you a little blurb. The tumor inhibiting effect, the in vitro inhibiting effect of the delta-9 tetrahydrocannabinol, which is THC, active constituent, has been documented. The growth of transplanted lung tumors has been documented. So there's tons of research. This is from long ago, in fact. So please, I beg you to go and do some of this research, because it is available. There's university research available to you. And I really loved Representative Warden's comments earlier, treating it like tomatoes and roses and oregano, because that's all it is, just another herb. These are all just plants, and they are our friends. They're not here to hurt us. Plants don't hurt anyone. It's choices that hurt people. So don't let your choices hurt more people in the future. Thank you.
Thank you. Representative Valencourt.
You mentioned you were a writer, which brings something to mind. I've heard, and maybe I used something when I was in the Netherlands, legally, in Amsterdam in the past, and got some of the greatest ideas for writing I've ever had in my life. Is it true that some of the greatest literature has been written by people that were indulging?
Yeah, obviously, I think this is fairly common knowledge that many of our great artists and inventors throughout history have used various substances. Maybe that has hurt them too, but they've also contributed greatly to our society. But whether or not any of these things are harmful, alcohol is obviously harmful, much more harmful than any of the other drugs, really. But whether or not they're harmful, it does come back to the point that's been made numerous times. It's personal choice. It's personal liberty to choose how you will pursue happiness. So I love the point that was made earlier. This is the pursuit of happiness. I'll tell you, if one of these bills doesn't make it and is voted upon, which it does, at least it deserves a vote, right? So let's have a vote on it. But if it makes it, and it actually does, because we become the third state in the union to legalize cannabis, I will guarantee you there will be an abundance of wealth and prosperity that will follow upon that. There will be no end to what good it will do.
Thank you.
Representative Gagnon.
Thank you, Madam Chair. We're talking about the female cannabis plant
Correct.
as being beneficial. Would you also say that the male plant?
I would tell you
produce
that
hemp
the
and
shoes,
various
pants, and shirt that I'm wearing is made from hemp. And it is a tremendous fiber. You can build houses with it, you can build cars with it, you can build everything with
It's
it.
expensive.
Only because
Only because of, yes, correct. It's because it's not plentiful. We have to buy all of our,
From overseas.
primarily from Canada. So I wanted to come and speak on the industrial hemp thing, but I ended up running out of time. I had to leave. But we sell all kinds of hemp products. The hemp oil, the hemp seeds as a protein is tremendous for your health, on and on.
Representative Robinson.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. Have you heard anything to the fact that Hampshire is just a misspelling?
Then what is it called? Indeed, I heard that.
Well, I've never run into hemp. And most shires are named for what dominates their shiredom.
I heard that.
Thank you. Representative Mitchell.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Just a quick question. In your study of cannabis, are there any health concerns that have ever made you doubt, question, wonder?
Well, I think that smoking anything is going to be somewhat harmful to your lungs. But the point was made earlier, you can eat it, you can vaporize it, you can do all sorts of things with it. And like I said earlier, the oil of the seed, the oil of the bud itself, which you consume. There's many ways around the harmful aspects of smoking.
Well, no, I'm not just talking about smoking, the actual...
No, injection of the substance, no. In fact, go check out this on the Google machine. They're now juicing the leaves and buds and taking it raw. Because you don't actually get high from taking it raw. It has to be combusted with heat, which is what causes the high reaction that you get. So Look into that, definitely. Eating it raw is actually super antioxidant. Somebody else made this point. There's an abundance of research that demonstrates how valuable it is. Please.
Thank you very
Thank
much,
you.
sir. Call Ivan Friedman.
It's Ian Freeman, and I want to apologize.